seminars.
Okay.
You did one recently. We did a few recently, and we've done them over time, quite a few. Are they worth it?
It depends.
On what?
On who it is, what, some people like, and there's some individual preference too. Like we could go to the same seminar that I would, totally like, this is awesome.
Right.
And you'd be like, eh.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Right. I think picking, if you have someone come up, you should be inviting them for a reason. If you're running an academy or, you're the one arranging it, is there something they're doing that you think is going to really, a really different approach, another look at something that's going to add to your students' knowledge?
So maybe you have your bread and butter that you teach, you have your curriculum, you have all this, but maybe there's someone out there that's you can get that does just looks through a different.
For instance, let's just say, this doesn't apply to our academy necessarily at all, but let's just say you have an academy where your head instructor is like 220 pounds, has a very, top heavy kind of pressure
Big
style,
big man,
and then you maybe invite like a flyweight world champion up.
Yeah.
This should like highly technical, plays a completely different game that some people in your academy really might like. I don't know, you know what I mean? Something that can add to knowledge, in a meaningful way. And it's just like anything else. It's like, well, what movie am I going to watch? Well, I don't know. What do we all like? Do we like sci-fi?
Sure.
Or, it doesn't mean they're bad.
Yeah. And I think there can be bad seminars.
For sure.
And I think if you are considering a seminar, look up, if you just do some research, you might not find anything, but look up and try to find people reviewing or talking about their experience.
Yes.
Because there is a couple old school, very popular, original jiu-jitsu guys that were in MMA and stuff like that, that it's notorious that if you go to their seminar 15 years ago or last year, it's literally the same thing. And
it's like a stand-up comedian going over their same set
just
over and
20
over.
years.
And by the way, Bill, a world-class competitor does not mean they're a world-class instructor.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. So if you can do a little research and find like, I did the last two and they were the same thing and they didn't roll after. I'm not saying that they have to roll after, because if they're paying their bills through competition, I don't know if I would roll a bunch of psycho purple belts and black belts that want to prove a point.
Right.
So I don't necessarily think it's all that bad if they don't. It's awesome when they do, but I do understand, or if they're older or something like that. So try to find a little info on how other people have liked it. Also take note if they are from the same association, because they might get their head chopped off if they ever said something negative, if they're part of one of the bigger associations.
Oh, I gotcha.
And they have a top leader in that group. And if they said, this guy, Buchecha's, it's a checkmat thing. Buchecha did a crappy seminar, like that guy's going to get killed. Right. Not saying Buchecha does bad seminars. Actually, I've heard the opposite, that he does actually really good seminars. Andrew's done them.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And he rolled with people and stuff like that, which
That's
is
awesome.
Awesome as being one of the best ever. But also, it's as good. Let's say it's great. They showed perfect stuff for your game, all that. It's only as good as you make it.
Yeah.
So take notes. If they allow recording, come back to the stuff, because let's say it's 3 hours long. You're only going to be, think of a normal class that's only an hour. You barely retain anything from that. If you want to truly get something from it, have some sort of organization that you'll be able to come back to it and not just rely on your mind.
For sure. Like, showing a bunch of like kind of seemingly random techniques, where the seminars that we've had, we had a really good one from a coral belt we were fortunate enough to have up here that was more positionally based. and that we're showing a position and working stuff off of that. And that seems to stick better. You know, like here's
he
different.
also did something interesting that I'd never seen.
What's that?
At the end, the last quarter, he said, what do you guys want?
I love that.
Let's
break down a problem.
So people raise their hand. I'm struggling with knee on belly and getting out or whatever it was.
I love that.
And he had him and one of his prize pupils.
Yep.
And they went over how Hercules would do it, how Ataich would do it, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
I'd never seen actually that.
That was really cool. I really dig that. You know, kind of like, can you help me fix something I'm having problems with
in front of everybody?
I love it. Because some people aren't comfortable with that because they have a curriculum they want to go over.
Yeah, and
that just shows you the breadth and the knowledge of a 8th degree coral belt. You know,
it was cool because you had an 8th degree
coral belt, yeah.
But then you also had a 2022 Master One World Champ.
Yeah, right.
Because I think I asked something that was. Hercules just pushed it to Ataich because he's like, you know, this is more of a game that you're going to run into. Maybe due to size, modern points, whatever. Yeah. So it was like, it's like one of those things. I have a joke where I say between me and Andrew, we know everything. And then when they ask me a question, and I just go, well, that's what Andrew knows. But he's not there to answer it.
Of course.
So.
That's actually pretty funny.
That's funny. But it's kind of that thing where there's so much knowledge within that little group that they could kind of answer.
Yeah, we had one a couple years ago with Cole Franson.
Yeah,
which I thought was completely different and super cool too. Right, complete different approach.
Yeah, and I did a J Flow seminar, Justin Flores, which was fantastic. He didn't necessarily show a move. He showed drilling techniques to develop certain moves.
I like it.
And then how they chain, and ultimately at the end, all the drills worked into one drill, like if you wanted.
I like that.
That was fantastic. We just did an AOJ seminar, which was super cool.
Well, that's awesome.
AOJ passing. So doing a little research, it can be completely a waste of money. Try to vet out a little bit what people that have done their seminars previously.
So you're answering. You had a question, and you already had your answer.
Well, I'm the captain now.
Okay. I was just wanted to be.
I wanted your opinion too, sucker.
Well, I gave it, and you were like,
it was
overruled.
It was too long though. Liv, do you got any?